We are joined now with U.S. Senator Roger Marshall talking about some items affecting our state's economy and well-being. Roger, thanks so much for being here today.
Britton, I'm excited to talk about agriculture.
I love the enthusiasm. Obviously, it's harvest time here in the breadbasket. It's a critical time for our nation's food supply. Have you talked to any farmers? What are you kind of seeing out there?
Well, Britton, it's tough times in American agriculture, especially in Kansas. So of course, the weather, the drought is the issue. Yeah. We're going to plow under a third of our wheat crop this year because of this drought, the worst drought since 1917. But the good news is we have got some rain. It was too late for the wheat, but a promising fall crops for corn, soybeans, and milo.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about the Farm Bill, highly discussed.
You bet. So a farm bill is done every 5 years, and I want your listeners here in Wichita, Kansas to understand why it's so important to them as well. 90% of a farm bill is going to go towards nutrition programs. Every day, the state of Kansas, the USDA, provides about 200,000 meals a day. This week, I've been at the Derby Middle School, and they fed some 200 folks. Soon, I'm going to be over at the Andover Senior Center, where more folks will be fed as well. Think about food banks. I'm going to go to the Cargill Food Bank Center in a little bit as well. So think about all those WIC programs. So 90% of a farm bill is going towards nutrition programs. Farmers only get about 5% of the farm bill.
Now, senators, I've been talking to a lot of farmers and ranchers across the state, and they're kind of uncertain if a farm bill will go through Congress this year. What do you say to those folks?
Well, we'll get it figured out. I was sent to Washington, D.C. to make sure we protect crop insurance. You know, my top three goals on the farm bill are crop insurance, and then crop insurance. Yeah. We're going to get it done. It may take until December 31st. We may have to do a short reauthorization. The biggest challenge in this farm bill is paying for it. When food costs, we're actually going to be spending 75% more for food this time around than we did 5 years ago. We were budgeting $70 billion. We're spending $140 billion a year on the food. So that's the challenge, is how to pay for it. The nutrition is the big challenge. We'll get the crop insurance figured out.
Senator, another thing in the headlines we talk about almost every single week, Prop 12. What's the latest on that, and how will it affect Kansas farmers and ranchers?
Right. So just in case your listeners aren't familiar with Prop 12, it was a California law that would tell Kansas ranchers, farmers, how to raise raise sows as well, and on the breeding process as well. So we've introduced legislation to push back on that, to preserve our state's our own individual rights here in the state of Kansas. We don't want someone from California telling us how to raise sows. Soon it'll be cattle and chickens as well. So we're pushing back on that. And that's what the Supreme Court asked us to do. The Supreme Court asked Congress to address the problem.
Absolutely. Really interesting there. Another thing you're pushing, and we talk about a lot here on 12 News, the fentanyl crisis. Yeah. What have you been doing on that front?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to make sure everyone knows that one pill can kill. Yeah. Every day in the state of Kansas, we lose typically a young adult, one person per day, maybe 10, 12 times a day we're having to use fentanyl. A lot of this comes through as purchased through social media. Yeah. It's easier to purchase 4 or 5 fentanyl tablets online than it is to get pizza delivered to your house, and it's actually cheaper as well. So we're working with all the law enforcement officers that we can. On the social media front, we have legislation that we hope goes through the committee that'll force social media companies to cooperate with law enforcement when they see this happening online.
And Senator, something that goes hand in hand with that is the Cooper-Davis Act. What is that, and what will it do? Yeah,
so Cooper Davis was a wonderful young man who he and his friends ordered 2 Percocet tablets online. And Cooper took 1/2 of a tablet and died. Fentanyl makes you stop breathing. It's the equivalent of like 50 or 100 Percocet tablets as well. So that was purchased through Snapchat. So what we are doing is this legislation would force, again, the social media companies to cooperate with law enforcement. Just like they have algorithms that know when I'm online purchasing a fishing pole, next thing you know, I get some more information on a fishing hat, those types of things. Yeah. So social media knows when this is going on. A lot of it's through the emojis, which have a special code.
Yeah. Well, Senator, thanks so much for taking time today and chat with us.
Britton, it's great to be with you.
Absolutely. All right. We'll be right back.